Hi there, here's a short video about engraving directly onto metal and how easy it can be. First of all, you need to find a thin enough metal. Now, tin foil that comes off a roll that you use in the kitchen is just too thin. You'll just go through it every time. But this stuff is perfect. And what this stuff is revealed when we turn it over. It's an old can of Coke. Aluminium cans are just about the perfect choice for engraving. So how do we start? Well, we start by drawing a design on, and because it's a Coke can, we can just draw with a felt tip and eventually that will be cleaned off. So my design here, I've got this heart and I'm going to add some shapes around the outside like that. And now I need my tools. And my tools are the one thing that I've bought. They're from eBay. I got these things. They're sort of little inscribing, engraving tools. They cost £3 for the three. You know, they're £1 each. They really aren't that expensive at all. And I'm just going to use a little rounded head. Actually, I'm going to use a slightly larger one. There you can see it's like just a little ball on the end of a piece of metal. And I'm going to use that to engrave this line. But before I do, I'm going to underneath put some newspaper, about 7 or 8 sheets of newspaper, to give me a slightly softer surface. And then it's simply a question of going around the lines that I've drawn. Not too hard, to be honest. You just press it at a gentle pressure and then move that away. Turn it over so you're now on a hard surface and you really can't see the impression very well until I take, and this is just a wooden matchstick, and I'm using this as a flat head to sort of push around the outside, effectively trying to flatten the can again everywhere except where I put my line in, like that. Now the reason I'm using the match is actually because it's softer and it's a more gentle pressure. Now it hasn't really done very much, so we bring back the paper and we flip it and we do it again. We re-incise our lines like that and like that, like that and that. There we go. So they are now pushed quite well in. And so now I need to go back to the other side and flatten. And again, I'm using my matchstick, pushing up to my line, being careful not to push over my line. And you see that it's starting to be defined and solidly impressed into the metal. Very, very simple. Anybody can do it. Obviously be careful of the sharp edges of the tin can, but apart from that, this is really a hobby that anybody can do and can be used to great effect. Lettering works particularly well if you're making little metal signs that you're then going to cut out and attached to a piece of wood perhaps. Really, really easy. Now, notice one thing. I started on this side, and so my impressions are going down, whereas the rest of this, I started on the other side, so my impressions are coming up. This one is a raised relief, whereas this is going down. So I went wrong. I should have started on the other side. So think about that. Let me just do another one. Let's just show you. Get my piece of wood and I'm just going to draw a circle. Nothing special. Turn it over. Get my wooden piece and push down in the middle of the circle. Come around, push up to the edges. And there I've got a simple circle. Now if I want that circle to be stronger and deeper, all I need to do is come back and repeat the process. If I wanted it to be a bigger circle, I could have used a larger point. So perhaps I could use a larger point as another circle around it. And now between the two circles, it gets very raised. So this is where my matchstick will come in, or if I'm really doing large areas, a piece of newspaper rolled up works very well. This is a little bit too big for that one. So I'll stick with my matchstick. And I'm pushing back down, getting it all nice and flat in between the two. So there we go. You can see here I'm sort of starting on an Indian style design. It lends itself to this sort of stuff, hearts, circles, squiggles and so on. But if you look on the web, you'll see people have done some amazing things. Give it a go yourself. Hope you enjoy it.